Hey Scorpio, welcome to your weekly forecast for March 4th, May 4th through the 10th. We're going to see what's happening the weekend with this lovely deck here. This lovely limited edition independent deck. And this, we're going to pull a spirit message for you guys from this oracle deck here. So without further ado, my darlings, my fellow Scorpios, we're going to see what's coming up in this week for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Keep in mind, my dears, we've got a full moon in Scorpio this week. So some of you may already be feeling that energy. We're going to see what is coming up for us Scorpio folk in the week ahead. One more shuffle here and we'll get right on in it. Actually, I lied. One more shuffle. That doesn't feel shuffled quite enough. There we are. That's good. That's good. That's the stuff. All right. Without further ado, my dears. Ooh, 7 of Cups. I shuffled. You guys saw me shuffle. I shuffled. And I just did this card. Same spot, first card for Capricorn. So some of you might have something going on with a Capricorn. Some of you might be making a decision with a Capricorn or consulting a Capricorn on a decision. A Capricorn may be consulting you on a decision. I feel there may be discussion of working together or collaborating together with a Capricorn for some of you, but you might not be sure how to make it happen or how to move forward. But enough about Capricorn. We're going to talk about Scorpio. Let's put Capricorn aside. 7 of Cups is a card that comes up when we have a lot of options on the table and we have to decide what we want to do. And we're kind of conflicted. We're having a hard time picking because we feel like I really don't want to pick the wrong thing because we're not trusting in ourselves. We're not trusting in ourselves to make the right decision. It's like, oh, well, as soon as I make up my mind, I'm going to wish I did the other thing, right? So we get a little bit stuck. We get a little bit stagnant because we're afraid to make a decision. The problem with this is that if we take too long to decide, none of the options will be available. Then we'll end up like at, square one again. So what you want to do when we see 7 of Cups is start doing research. Make a list of the different options, the different things that are available to you, the different things you're thinking of doing, and do the research to see, okay, what does it require of me to make this happen? What do I have to do? What's it going to cost me? Do I have to go back to school? Do I have to get a degree? What equipment do I need? How long is it going to take? Once you have all that stuff figured out, you're going to have your short-term goals. You're going to know which ones you can get started on right now. And you're going to know which ones are things that maybe you have to make your long-term goals that you're going to work towards. And then you won't feel so stuck. I do feel, Scorpio, that for a lot of you, what's happening is you're trying to figure out how much time or money you want to put in a project. You're wanting to do something independently. And you're kind of on the fence about, should I do this or not? Should I do this or not? I get the feeling in the sense that if you don't do it, you're going to kick yourself later. You're going to regret it for a long time. I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have done that. Or it's one of those things where you're going to see somebody else do it and be very successful. And you're going to be like, what? I had that idea for years. Like that stranger stole my idea. It's like, but that'll happen. Like when the universe gives an idea for something, the universe needs it to be born. So if we're not going to do anything with it, the universe may give the idea to somebody else. That happens. Okay, so what you want to do is the research on how to make this happen. Begin doing the research. If nothing else, I think for a lot of you, it's going to take the fear out of it. You're going to realize, oh, okay, it's not so overwhelming. It's not so difficult. Okay, like it's helping you break it down into steps. And I think for some of you, that's all you really need. I do feel this is a project that's going to take a long time. Maybe a year, maybe longer for some of you. but I feel it's going to be very, very worth your while financially. And it's something that, you know, is going to kind of be the gift that keeps on giving. Okay, so you may be putting something out there that's actually going to be turning into a steady income for you. All right, whether you're inventing something or writing or publishing something or creating some kind of product, it's going to be worth your while, but it's going to require your patience, and it's going to require that you go into this educated, like educating yourself, being prepared, being organized. That's going to be the key to this working out or succeeding. All right. Your next card here, Scorps, is, what did I tell you? Man, I love it when the cards kind of come up and continue what we were just talking about. Knight of Coins is a card that's asking us to take the steps and is reminding us that this is going to require that we be committed. Like, we have to be committed, and we just have to take one step at a time. And as long as we do this, as long as we stay focused and committed, we're going to succeed. The thing about the Knight of Coins, though, is he is the slowest moving knight in the tarot. So he's not going to get it done fast, but he is going to get it done thorough and correct. And his work is going to last. His work is going to stand the test of time. So a lot of you are onto something very big. And this explains the procrastination or the hesitation or feeling overwhelmed, like, where do I begin? But as long as you do the research, you do your homework, you get organized, you come up with your little step-by-step plan, all you have to do is follow the steps. That's it. And once you do this, once you follow the steps, what's going to end up happening is you're going to come into success, right? You're going to be successful. But there's a lot that's happening through this process. I feel whatever it is that you're working on, it's taking you through, like, it's taking you down this, like, symbolic tunnel. I feel like you're working through your entire life as you're working on this project. Almost like a sweat lodge experience, or like an ayahuasca experience or something. Only you're not incorporating any kind of, you know, herbs or medicines. It's just meditation, work, reflection, creativity. You're having a lot of epiphanies. You're going through your entire life, and you're clearing and healing a lot. And so that's another thing, is like, it's going to require your commitment, because at some levels this might be very overwhelming for you, you know, because you are having a lot of epiphanies. You are having a lot of information that you're downloading from the universe, you know. And so you might have to take it slow at times, right? You might need to, you know, take it down a couple of notches and work slower than usual. But Knight of Coins is saying you have to keep going. Don't give up. It's okay to slow down, but don't give up. If you've been feeling frazzled in a home situation or work situation, you know, you might be feeling very overwhelmed because you're realizing there's a lot of work to do right now, and maybe you're feeling pulled in a lot of different directions, right? Some of you might be, you know, deemed essential workers, and you may be working and it might be very chaotic. Or you're home, you're not working, but you're looking and you're realizing all the stuff that needs to be done around your home, and it might be really overwhelming and stressing you out. Knight of Coins says, take your time, you know, slow down. Just take the steps. That's it. Don't rush yourself. Don't push yourself to go too fast. Just one foot in front of the other. Keep moving. Go slow. And you will get control of it. You will get on top of it. You're going to come out of it. I feel this week, Scorpio, a lot of you are feeling like you're finally able to come up for air. You've just been feeling like there's been a lot on your plate, a lot of pressure, a lot of things to handle. And this Knight of Coins is saying, as long as you just, you know, keep plugging along, but not frazzling yourself, not rushing yourself. You're going to feel like you finally get control of it, like you can finally come up for air. This is especially true if you feel stressed out at work or at a job, if you feel like you've been making mistakes. This is saying just don't rush yourself. Just be focused and be present, be in the moment. Look at the task. Okay, what are the steps of the task? And take it step by step. And that is going to help you do a more thorough, more accurate job. Okay? Your next card, Scorpios, is... Oh, this is one of our stalker cards. This card's been coming up for a lot of people. This is Ace of Wands. So a lot of you are finally beginning on that project or on that idea. Some of you may be offered something that seems a little bit insignificant. I see that happen sometimes with the Ace of Wands. It's like a required to take action, or something is being offered and we might not take it too seriously. But that's the whole thing with Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is something that has a lot of room to grow, and it's gonna grow depending on what we put into it. When we have the Ace of Wands energy, we're going to get back from it what we put into it. Okay, so there could be a work opportunity that's going to develop into something a lot higher level. Some project that you're beginning may really take off into something much bigger than anything you had anticipated. There's an opportunity that you're being encouraged to accept, to explore. And you might be tempted to say, it's not really worth my time. But this is saying explore it. Explore it. See what happens. Don't be quick to dismiss it, because it can grow into something very, very, very worthwhile. I feel also something is happening with this offer that's going to allow some of you to go on the road. I think maybe some of you have been hungry for this. You know, Scorpios, we're not earth signs, we're water signs. You know, but some of you maybe have been feeling a strong desire to bond with the earth. And when I say go on the road, I don't just mean travel for work or travel to sell something, but to really, really have time in nature. Like to have time to be able to like be in the mountains, you know, be by the rivers, in the streams, you know, be by the ocean, albeit depending on where you live. Some of this stuff might not happen this week, especially with the current restrictions that are happening because of the rules that a lot of us are under. But this opportunity is going to open the door to where you have that kind of freedom. I feel for some of you, you're working towards something that's going to bring you a significant payout or significant vacation time, where you're going to have this opportunity to really just kind of go and be in nature, kind of ground yourself, release, heal. I think a lot of you have been very hungry for that, for like extended time in nature. And some opportunity is presenting itself this week that's going to allow you to do that. Maybe you can't do it this week, but it's opening the door for that to happen for you in the future. Your next card, Scorpio, here is Five of Swords. And this has to do with power struggles. And this is a card that can also indicate that somebody might be coming in and triggering us a little bit. Okay? So there could be like a bit of a conflict. Now, for some of you, the conflict can come up because you might have someone who's wanting to help you with this project or idea, right? Or if you're at work and you've been entrusted with something, you may have a coworker who's wanting to step in and do this with you, or hey, why don't you tell the supervisor or the boss like to let me do this with you, or whatever. I feel the Five of Swords, Scorpio, is coming up because somebody's wanting to step in and help you with this thing, right? Maybe it's a spouse, maybe it's a family member, but you're feeling like I have to do this by myself. In general, we Scorpios aren't big on group projects anyway, right? We're not big on group projects, you know. But you're just feeling like this is your baby, like this is your wheelhouse, this is your masterpiece. and you're wanting to do it by yourself. And so I feel somebody's kind of maybe getting offended that you're not accepting their help. Like they're trying to be there for you. They're trying to help you. I don't feel like they're trying to steal your thunder. Although I do feel like they have this feeling you're going to be very successful and they want to get in on that too. But I do feel that they genuinely care and they genuinely want to help you. I don't think it's like 100% they're being an opportunist. But I feel for this reason, they're going to be very hurt. They're going to be very offended when you're not allowing them to come in and help with this or to work on this with you. And so they may say some hurtful things, because Five of Swords for me is a card that comes up that says a little issue can erupt into a big deal, and it can lead to like burning bridges if you're not careful, if you're not cautious. So you want to think about how you're going to respond. You want to choose your battles. This doesn't mean that you should, go against what feels right to you to make somebody else happy, right? If you're wanting to work on something by yourself, that doesn't mean, oh, well, I don't want to hurt their feelings. Like you have to be true to yourself. But, do what you can so that the argument doesn't escalate. If you need to remove yourself from the argument, if you find yourself feeling very offended or very upset by certain things that are being said, maybe step away and journal about it. Why am I upset? What did this person say? What did they do? How did it make me feel? What did it make me believe about myself or about, what were the beliefs that came up that upset me? Who else in my life has made me feel this way? If you can go through those steps, you're going to heal the triggers so that you don't have those triggers there anymore. So that in the future, nobody can trigger you or upset you in those areas because you've worked through them. I do feel a lot of it too, though, like with the Scorpio full moon that's coming in, Scorpio. I feel with this Five of Swords, some of you are finally letting go of some like bitter, just some grudge or some resentment or some anger. You're like, I'm never gonna let this go. Like, I'm gonna take this with me to my grave, like through the end of the time. I'm gonna take it into the next lifetime. I'm never gonna forget this. I feel some of you have some issue that you're finally releasing or you're letting go. You're like, you know what? I don't want to carry it anymore. That doesn't mean you're going to allow this person to come back into your life. It doesn't mean that what they did was okay. I just feel like you feel like I don't want to carry this anymore. I want to hand this person over to judgment. I want to hand this person over to God or universe or Archangel Michael. And I want to ask that whatever cosmically needs to be done, whatever, judgment needs to be done, I just want to hand them over to cosmic judgment. But I don't want to carry this anymore. I don't want to feel the anger. I'm just going to surrender it and let the universe handle it however it needs to be handled. And I'm just going to put it out of my mind and live my life. I feel some of you are releasing or letting go of some bad blood, some resentment as well. All right, my dears, let's see what your spirit message is for the week. And I encourage you guys to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to click on the Calendly link, you can schedule a private reading with me there. All right, so you guys have peace, and we talked about that. Scorpio, a lot of you are letting go of something you've been holding on to that's really been bugging you, right? A lot of you are beginning to take action on the ideas that are coming your way, and you're not feeling as agitated or nervous about them. You're getting your home in order. You're just feeling a sense of calm, a sense of peace. Scorpio, I feel something is happening in this coming week that's also allowing you to get control of your sleep cycle. Like you're going to really be sleeping like a baby. and getting into a routine, getting into a schedule. I just feel like there's like this agitation, like you almost feel like you can almost feel the agitation leaving your body. You're feeling physically calm. You're feeling calm in your heart, mind, spirit, soul, and you're feeling that move through your body. I do feel some of you are also making peace with any fears that you have around being a parent. Whether you've been really wanting to be a parent more than anything and you're not sure if it's going to happen, or if you are a parent but you have a lot of fears about, am I being a good parent? Am I screwing up my kids? You're coming to peace with a lot of that, and you're releasing a lot of that. You're coming out of the fear and you're seeing solutions. You're seeing possibilities. You're, allowing space to surrender it for God and the angels to come in and to help with the situation. And you're coming into it with faith instead of fear. All right, my dears. Some of you may also be at peace from things that happened in your childhood. When we talked about releasing something where you were like, oh, I'm going to take this to like the bitter end. Maybe something happened in your childhood and maybe you have every right to be furious. Maybe you have every right to be very angry. But again, it's like, you're like, I'm not going to let it rob me of peace in the current time in my adult years. And I'm going to hand it over for judgment, whatever needs to be done in the cosmic sense, in divine timing. And I'm just going to be at peace and I'm going to live my life and I'm going to let myself feel peace in my heart. So there is a sense of like child energy here along this as well. Some of you, the project that you're working on, I feel you are releasing it around Christmas time. And I feel there may be a lot of ideas or guidance that's coming to you through your dreams. You may already be sleeping a lot lately, but I just feel like you're getting more into a sleep schedule, and you're receiving a lot of guidance through your dreams, a lot of you Scorpios. Alrighty, my dears. So again, if you'd like a private reading, you can click on the Calendly link and schedule with me there. If you want a astrology reading, unfortunately, I'm not an astrologer. A lot of you have been asking me to analyze your birth charts or your relationship compatibility. And my understanding of astrology is super beginner, super basic. But I did have a very talented astrologer reach out to me and give me a private reading. And I was very, very impressed. I was really blown away. And their prices are very reasonable. And they offer to sponsor the channel by offering you guys unlimited 30% off as many times as you want, as many reports as you want, off their already low prices. So if you want to check out Truly Divine and enter the Angel 30 discount code, feel free to do that. But if you want a card reading, you can schedule with me through Calendly. If you love the beautiful deck I used this week, this is by Marchetti. He's an artist. If I'm not mistaken, this is an independently released deck. And so what I'm doing to say thank you so much for 100,000 subscribers, I'm giving away a tarot bundle. It's going to be a brand new set of these cards, an unopened box. It's not a used deck. It's an unopened box. And it comes with a tarot bag and an altar cloth with artwork on it by Marchetti. It's a very beautiful little bundle. So I'm going to award that to one winner, and then another winner is going to get a free 30-minute reading from me. And so to enter to win, all you have to do is comment on the Instagram and Facebook posts. Every single day I post a card of the day. I do a pick a card. So in the month of May, I'm going to see who's jumping out at me from the comments, and I'll pick one person to win the tarot bundle. And I'll pick one person to win the reading. So if you want to get in on that, and if you want to follow along with the daily messages, I'll see you at Amethyst Angellight on Instagram and Facebook. I thank you guys for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I'm wishing you a wonderful week, my dears. Take care.